Hey everyone. Yeah, I want to share with you a learning actually from my year that brought up in me this question that I put here on the slide. How can learning and development use this vanishing business predictability to really disrupt learning and really implement some new solutions to learning? And so let me start with the learning, and that's where the pictures come in. What I really learned by talking to really many companies here, mainly in Europe and Germany, is that I think all of those companies now realize that this idea of being this perfect oiled machine, that you set up once and then you just keep up running is no longer valid. Like, big companies like Siemens, it's one of the biggest companies we have in Germany. They just, they said to me, they could plan, on a monthly basis, with an outlook for the next 5 to 10 years, where a new energy plant will be built around the world. And now they can't. And that's a big challenge for them because, they are this big, running an oiled machine. And now they have this vanishing predictability, and this is really it's really hitting them. And here is what I think is so interesting, that this opens up a room for L&D, and HR in general to really challenge and question, many HR practices and really say, okay, so they were all built on this belief of predictability. Think about it: succession planning, career pathing, this centralized learning curricula, leadership development is all built on this fundamental belief. There is this predictability, and now it's vanishing. And this opens up a door, I think, at business leaders to really challenge those kind of old practices and processes that I think many L&D leaders that I know are questioning since many years already. But now I feel like there is this moment or this window of opportunity to really, change these. And the formula that I really identified by talking to many of our customers is what's underneath this arrow. It's being logical, being radical, and staying patient. And I felt I just want to share with you a couple of examples. Like, let's dive into one topic that I think all L&Ds are really much concerned: leadership development. And you all know this kind of ask from the business: hey, can you come up with a picture of the perfect leader so that we can, assess all our leaders accordingly, and then, design the perfect leadership development program that fills all those gaps so that we have the perfect leadership team in our company. And the being logical part here. I mean, what are the hypotheses behind it? The first one is that there is, for example, this perfect leaders, and we all know it's not true. There is nothing like a perfect leader. Then, if we know, how could we dare to come up with, I don't know, 5 dimensions usually to describe this perfect leader? And then when it's about, okay, let's rate those leaders in those dimensions. That's scientifically crap. I think if you want to, really measure, you need 30 to 40 dimensions, and this is not really practical. And so, the list goes on. I think how this whole approach, then we all know, from education, strengthening strength is where growth happens, and not, filling gaps, even though we might have been taught in school that this is learning. And so, I think the biggest, false assumption here is that in an unpredictable world, you need, same leaders, right? Monoculture. Everyone who knows, monocultures knows how, easy they are to disrupt. With a little, parasite, coming in, a whole ecosystem breaks down. And so, I think what would help here is to really say, no, that's being logical. It doesn't make sense, dear leadership team. This doesn't make sense. We have to change the way we think about leadership and how we develop leaders, and then being radical and saying, no, we need a diverse leadership team, and we need diverse leaders. We need leaders who are different and who have all their different strengths and weaknesses. We need to help them to reflect those, and we have to help them, to compensate the weaknesses and to really strive and build up on those strengths, because this brings us in a diverse leadership team that makes us strong and really prepared for an unpredictable future in that sense. And I think my last point is, this is just, going through the leadership part here. You can take every HR practice that is somehow connected to development, whether it's performance management, career pathing, succession planning, learning curricula, and the list goes on, and really start at the very first by asking, so is this, still true for the changing business beliefs that are happening here in our world right now? And with that, then really take all those boldness that we heard also before to come up with new ideas and approaches here.